Okay, so we're going to look at all the ways to edit this build piece, which most people call a cone, even though clearly it is a pyramid. And I checked in the Fortnite settings and it actually refers to it as a roof. But I've never heard anyone call it a roof or a cone or a pyramid, so I'm going to call it a cone. Okay, so the first edit you can do is if you just select one corner, any corner, you will get this shape. The second one you can do, if you select two corners that are next to each other, you will get a ramp, which functionally is pretty much the same thing as stairs, except obviously you can edit it back into a cone. And then if you edit three corners, so you make like an L shape like that, you get this shape, which is kind of like two ramps side by side. Now something that I've noticed with this, for some reason, if you build it on top of a floor and you don't have a wall next to it, it will actually break like that. It won't stay up. I don't know why that is, but it does just break. But if you have a wall next to it, it doesn't matter which way round you put the ramps, it will stay intact. And if you get rid of that wall, it will go. But if you see it on the floor, it doesn't seem to have that, so I'm not sure what that's all about, but just something to be aware of. And finally, the last one you can do is where you select two opposite corners like this, and this gives you this kind of weird two ramps facing each other shape, which people don't seem to use that much, but it does potentially have some uses. So I'm going to show you actually how you might use some of these edits. So let's imagine that we are boxed up, and what you might do, the obvious thing might be to just use a ramp, and this is what people do a lot of the time because you can look out, and if you want to you can always flip the ramp and look out the other side, and that works pretty well. But there are advantages to using a cone. It gives you a lot more flexibility. So for example, we could do this edit and we can kind of look out both of these sides, and we can quite easily dip back down here without having to walk kind of backwards like we would on a ramp. Or, you know, if we want a ramp, we've still got that option. Or this one is definitely very useful because now you've got this nice two ramps, so you can kind of look out of both of these sides quite easily. And you could even go for this one, which kind of lets you come up in the middle of your box. And if you have a cone over the top and you're peeking through that cone, this could be quite useful because you can kind of stand in the middle, you can see out of all sides, and if somebody starts shooting at you, you can pretty easily just drop back down. Cool, so that's all the ways to edit a cone in Fortnite and some tips and tricks. Hope it helps.